Hey, good morning, everyone. We're coming to you live from NFM at the Colony in Texas. Today we have KitchenAid specialists here, and we're going to highlight what's going on with KitchenAid as they transition. I have Risa Crenshaw and I have Brittany Pertise here from the Michigan office, and they're going to walk us through some of the changes going on at KitchenAid.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. We're really excited to be here, and we're so interested to tell you a little bit more about the design as well as the personalization that you can do for your own type of canvas. And then it's really exciting to have Brittany here because she did actually help design the launch. I'm a sales accessory manager, so I have a little bit to do with the personalization. But Brittany, you want to say a little bit more about what you do?
Yeah, so I lead our material and color trend team at KitchenAid. So we're all the time looking at trends and kind of where things are going with colors that we can put on these new products. I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it.
All right, let's get started. But before we do, Derek, I'm going to ambush you with a question.
Sure.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your home and what that's like?
Sure. My home was built about 3 years ago. It's pretty modern and updated. So, and we talked about transitioning maybe some of the traditional old KitchenAid into that home too. But it could go either way. It could go into traditional or it could go into modern.
Yeah, you can decide, as opposed to my home, which was built in 1957. And even though it was built back then, I can definitely see KitchenAid fitting into that. So Brittany, can you tell us a little bit more about how we start with the KitchenAid design and how we developed this?
Sure. So we always start with a home. Everything we do is grounded in the home. These products live in your kitchen, so it's really important that they just feel part of everything that you do there. We look at big, long macro trends. These aren't fads that come in and out and that you might feel like, it keeps changing, I don't know what to do. We really want to look at shifts over decades and kind of start to see what's happening in the home. So a few things we were starting to see is comfort is really rising to the top. Everyone wants to feel comfort, approachability, softness, but they also want self-expression and joy. And that's what's kind of like our brief as designers is how do we bring those two elements together to create a product for KitchenAid?
And as far as development goes, how long do we look at those trends?
These are years in the making. So with our trends, we do a lot of backcasting to see what we've been doing in the past, to see where we go in the future. But if you imagine, like, we have to start working on this years ago, it launches today, and we want it to work in your home for years to come, that you keep loving it. So it's a lot of time.
Yeah, no, that's really neat. And so it sounds like both Derek and I will be okay if we're trying to pick the different colors in KitchenAid.
Exactly. Yeah, it can go in any style of home. You can see even here with the wood cabinets, there's also some green cabinets. It works with any color material. It's kind of these flexible neutral palettes that you can work really easily with.
A blank canvas, which we'll get into in a second when we talk about personalization. But before we do, you had mentioned to me yesterday something about warmth and minimalism and an outside in. Derek, did you check out the back wall over here?
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely getting us ready for the holiday season. And it's nice and rich colors as well.
Yeah, so can you tell us why we're seeing, I guess, plants in our design?
So a big trend we tapped into with Juniper was outside in. It's all about bringing nature inside your home. It's these natural materials, these woods, these greeneries. You might not literally have a wall of plants, but you have plants in your home. And we just wanted to kind of exaggerate that here in the showroom. But you can see Juniper really spurred from that idea of outside in and that nice neutral green.
So Juniper, that is one of our two new colors. And what's the other one?
Black Ore, which is a soft black. And that came out of what you were mentioning, warm minimalism. So minimalism, if you think, is like clean lines and really simple, like clarity, but you warm it up. And that's that comforting space, like soft, like curves and things like that. So we wanted a black that felt soft, warm, goes again with those wood tones in your home.
So are those sparkles? Are those sparkles in?
I'm glad you noticed. So these colors are a paint that has metallic in it. There's literally little metal flecks inside the paint. So when the light hits it, it kind of comes alive. It has this like travel, and that's why it works so well in the home. It won't feel flat and like kind of one note. It kind of comes alive.
And we talked about elevating the space or having a blank canvas. What do we mean by that?
So we don't want to be too prescriptive and tell people this is the way your product needs to look in your home. we want it to kind of be an expression for you. So there's ways to kind of customize it and put different touch points and knobs on it that makes it feel whatever you want it to be, really.
And that goes into kind of what we chose as far as the cabinet, the wood tones, the foliage, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
We took inspiration from real life.
Yes, from real life, of course. Like everything is just like working how it would in your home. Yeah.
Got it. So I know a lot of people are afraid of color in itself. Can you talk a little bit more about how this is actually a neutral?
Yes. So most everyone knows the stand mixer and how we do a lot of color on the stand mixer. KitchenAid is kind of known for color. We've been doing it since 1955. We wanted a way to bring that DNA into our major products and celebrate color and not be afraid of it. But we know you can't just take any bright color that you love on the stand mixer and just put it on this and it's going to work. So we did a lot of design iterations when we knew we wanted green. How dark should the green go? How gray? How many gray undertones should it have? How vibrant? And that's why, like I've heard you mention, like it kind of looks gray sometimes. Like it kind of feels neutral, but then you see it's green, so it's discoverable.
lighting,
and I think that's nice in the home that it's not shouting at you all the time, but you can still embrace the color.
And we know that depending on the lighting, things will change, but I couldn't help but notice that the knurling on this handle is a little bit different than what we've seen in KitchenAid before. So can you go through that a little bit?
Yeah. So if anyone remembers KitchenAid before, it had a diamond knurl. It's just this texture on the handle. Because we're doing this soft, approachable kind of design, we wanted to elongate it on the handle to feel part of it, but it still has that texture and grip of what you need when you're cooking and things are messy and you've got to open your oven door. But you'll notice, I've heard you say this before, Risa, it's not deep, so you're not going to trap food or anything in it, and it feels really nice.
I'm curious as to what Derek thinks of it. Derek, I'm going to switch places with you and ask you to come over and tell us how you feel about the knurling on there. Go ahead and feel that.
It feels a lot more touchable, a lot more soft. And I can tell you, customers definitely will appreciate the transition.
And one thing to note is this texture didn't exist before in the industry. We had to work with our manufacturers to design something that could make this linear brush. We were so trying to get this right look, and it took sometimes it was too rough or too deep. So it took a lot of design effort to get this just right to feel perfect in your home and in your hand.
Awesome.
What's kind of cool too is that the brad color matches, and you're still able to get the brad in other colors as well. It's kind of cool. Transition.
You still have that little medallion on the side.
Yes, which we're very excited about. I'm going to switch you places again one more time, Derek. And I did want to talk a little bit about the knobs as well, because on the side, the knobs are a little bit different too.
We brought in that same texture from the handle on the knob. So again, it's all about that grip and how it feels in your hand. You can see when we touch this, the light comes on too, which is just such a nice detail. You know that it's working and interacting with you. It's all about the feel and kind of supporting you as you're cooking and baking in the kitchen.
Yes, and you'll be able to have that backlight on wall ovens as well as the commercial ranges, which we should talk about. Hey, Derek, did you check out all these stand mixers right here?
Well, yeah. Why are they there? Tell me why they're there.
So, of course, we wanted to just show the love of the mixer. We love the stand mixer and all the colors it comes in. But some people don't realize a lot of these colors come in the commercial range as well. So we don't have the colors here today in the showroom, but we do have an image we can show that shows the connection of the commercial range back to the stand mixer.
Which is helpful for those who still want vibrant color, right?
Yeah, it's, again, that self-expression. If you want that special moment, the commercial range is kind of that big moment where you could be bold with your color. It's also going to work with juniper, black ore, stainless. So I don't know if you've noticed, but all of these colors kind of coordinate with everything that's in here. Even though they're all different colors and finishes, we do a lot of work behind the scenes to design all of these colors to work together as a whole palette for KitchenAid.
I did notice that, Brittany. I'm glad you brought it up, but I'm glad you mentioned it for sure. And as far as the juniper color, that's also something they can get in stand mixer?
It is. So we actually have on the island here a juniper stand mixer. And normally we design the color first for the stand mixer and then it will go on other product. In this case, we designed juniper for the major appliances and made it work on the stand mixer. So it's kind of nice that we really focused on what was right for these bigger appliances, and it can work on the mixer too.
I'm going to shift our conversation a little bit, and it's not because I'm overly excited about accessories. I am because I'm the sales manager for it, but I do want to talk a little bit more about the personalization. We talked about that blank canvas and how you can choose your base color as you'd like it. We know that with all of the appliances, you are going to get the monochromatic handle as well as the knob, but we also have other choices and colors. So Brittany, I do want to talk about those 4 different colors that we have. I'm going to hold these up. So you have brass, and these are just knobs to show you the color, but you can see them up against the juniper as well. But our black ore color, we're also going to be able to mix and match and show this as well.
Yeah.
So you have brass here. I'm going to switch out over into our bronze color. So you can see that we have the different tone, but it still shows. I've been listening to you, Brittany. I know what to say, but please interject if you have things that you would like to say. We do have our black ore color as well. So this will also come on the black ore appliances.
Yes. And it's really like a gunmetal, a graphite, kind of things you would see in like a brushed black faucet is what this black ore color is.
Great. And then finally, we have our stainless steel. So with the stainless steel, it's that classic look, right?
I love the stainless with the juniper too. It kind of has this nice, like cooling, like kind of cold effect that I like. As you could see, I don't know if you could see on camera, but as soon as you start putting those up against juniper, it makes it look different. It kind of like changes the look. And that's what I love is we have these 4 kind of classic metal finishes that whatever you want in your home, you can match it to your faucets, to your cabinet pulls. As a design team, we actually looked at all the faucets in the industry. What are their brass finishes? What are they doing in bronze and coppers and different metals? And we made sure our palette coordinated with all of those. So it can kind of fall in between and it all coordinates. Nothing has to be super matchy-matchy. It just really works together. We wanted to take that guesswork out of it so you could just take what you love and know it's going to work.
So we're not going to tell them which faucets to buy, or they can make their choice.
Whatever you love and whatever faucet you want, like this is going to work. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I do want to go over the medallion. So the red medallion in our stainless steel has been iconic.
Yeah.
We did change it out a little bit so that it's a little bit more prominent. If you still love that classic KitchenAid look where you have the stainless steel and you have the red medallion, go for it. It's there. If you prefer not to have that red medallion, those stainless steel kits that we're offering will have stainless steel on the end. So you still have options as far as how you want your home to look.
Yeah.
I think we should have Derek be a little bit of a Vanna White.
Well, there were a few questions that came through.
Oh, we will take those first, though.
Yes, we'll go ahead and answer a couple of them. In fact, there was a statement, wait, can you match the mixers in the kitchen ranges?
Yes, you can.
That's kind of it.
Yeah. So just so everyone knows, there's 4 more colors that match the stand mixers. It's scorched orange, cardamom, wildflower, and agave. And they all match directly to the stand mixer.
How do you decide on those names?
We name all of our colors for the stand mixers after ingredients.
Oh,
I don't know if anyone knew that.
I didn't.
It's all about natural ingredients or natural materials in the home.
Very neat.
Another question came out and it says, are they easy to clean without scratches for your ranges?
Yeah, it's the same durable stainless or powder coated materials. The thing you'll notice on the juniper and black ore too is it's a satin finish. You're not going to see a lot of fingerprints on this. It's kind of naturally anti-fingerprint, which is really nice.
But we do know that messes happen, especially with the people who buy KitchenAid. They like to be involved with their appliance. So if you do get something on here, you can simply wipe it off. Should you need it, we do have touch-up paint, but we're very confident in our finishes.
Good deal. Good deal. So I just wanted to encourage you guys keep the information coming. You are eligible for some prizes that are going to be given away just for your comments. So keep the information coming back and forth, and we'll get you registered. And you were asking me a question earlier.
Yeah, I really wanted you to model for us. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, and he
Sure.
doesn't know what's going to happen, but all I'm
Uh-huh.
going to do is ask us to pan over to the wall.
Sure.
Because the beauty of this space is that we are going to be able to show what is available. So on the wall, you can see this mix and match with confidence. As Brittany was saying, you're going to have a blank space, a canvas, and you can choose what that will look like. So come into NFM, take a look at this wall to see exactly what you
That's
can
awesome.
get. Yeah, I wanted you in the shot though.
Okay,
can
sure.
you show us
Well,
what
yes,
it would
there
look
we
like?
go.
Oh, lovely. No, that is perfect. That is exactly what I was looking for. Great. Awesome. So, and you even touched the knurling. That's fantastic. So just like Brittany was saying earlier, with the knurling, it is also very easy to clean, but you still get that depth and beauty with the way that is designed.
And sometimes I get questions why we didn't do a matte black handle. I don't know if you have heard much of this on the floor, but one reason is that we went with this kind of black or graphite handle was because we want the metal to show through. So you can see the highlights of that true metal brushing, and it kind of makes it all feel alive. Like we were saying with the metallic paint, and when the light hits it, we don't want it to fall flat. We want this to really shine and feel special in your home.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I know we've been talking a lot about design and personalization and blank canvases, but we also still have some really great features for you as well. We're going to show some highlights. Don't move out of frame, Derek. I'm going to ask you to open this door with me. Can you open this side for me? This is our built-in refrigerator, and inside you can see that platinum interior that is iconic for KitchenAid and specific to it. And it's designed so that you can find your food easier. The lights inside allow you to be able to see the ingredients that you're really going to want in order to make your masterpiece. And you're already ahead of me, Derek, as far as opening up the freezer. So opening the freezer, you can see you get a lot of storage space in general in this built-in. And what you're not seeing is our wood grain interior. That is something that we have as well in our freestanding. And we are bringing the juniper color down in the line. So you're not just going to see this at the top, you're going to see this through the breadth of the line. And we're really, really excited to offer it to you. Brittany, as far as the interior goes, what are some things that you were looking at when designing?
I mean, for us right now, it's all about light and how do we get light to travel through the shelves, make this feel like you have a lot of space to see all the food you have in there. Sometimes we get lost with all the things that go in our fridge. So we really, with the platinum interior, it's kind of like being a jewelry box. Like you open it and you have this kind of lining inside and it feels special. And so that's what we wanted to do here. And on some of the products that have that wood look tray, it just makes it feel like a pantry. So it's like that pantry, you open it, you've got things organized, and that was the goal.
Love it. And I don't know if you could hear it, but it kicked on because it knows it's open. So functionality as well. So we wanted to show you the interior because there are still those functionality pieces that we want to talk about. We're going to move on over into this range so you can see it. And Brittany, can you actually pick up that brass knob?
Of course.
And just hold it up. When you're looking at this overall, imagine all of these were brass and then you also have your handle, think about how that can pop. What do you think, Derek?
I think it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It definitely stands out.
I also love this combination of the bronze. It just has these kind of red coppery undertones that feels really
and it's
special.
In different light too than it was on the wall oven. Let's just do all of them.
Yeah.
Because we might as well just see it.
We would call that a conversation piece
Yes.
when you come into the kitchen.
Yes, in your modern home.
And even that is really nice.
Yes. So I hope that you can start to see how you can see this in your home. We're going to start talking about some features in these appliances that we have, but we want to open this because what we want to talk about in the range is something that we've had for a long time, but is still very, very popular amongst customers, which is our steam tray. So steam cooking allows you to keep the moisture within your food. Sometimes it allows crispiness, and it's as simple as just putting water inside. So even though this is something that seems simple, it is something that we provide to our KitchenAid customers so that they can cook the way that they want to. So not only can you make your home look the way you want to, but also cook the way that you want to.
You want, exactly.
Anything that you want to mention on the design of this?
No, I mean, it really is like, have it be what you need it to be, right? To get the job done in there. So,
Yeah.
yep.
And then Derek, for you, as far as customers go, are they looking for the steam in the oven? What are they looking for?
They're not particularly looking for it, but when we suggest it, they'd really like to have that enhanced benefit for sure. And then you kind of have to give them a little more information on how to use it. More importantly,
broaden their horizons,
exactly.
Right? They didn't know they needed it overall. And there is something in here called the fresh pizza mode that we just put in, but we're going to talk about it when we get into the wall oven. So I'm going to put this up right now. As I push it in.
As you get into the wall oven, can you share some of the newer features that are in the double wall ovens? Love the juniper finish in the lineup. And is there a KitchenAid app? That's the other question.
KitchenAid.
That's a good question. We got to get back with them on that one.
We will get to that. I'm standing over here because I was going to go there, but I'm glad you walked over here.
We want to talk about this,
yes.
right?
So we're going to open this up on the inside. Again, you can see on the inside, you have your bow tie convection, that true heat. The reason why we have the bow tie, and it is specific to KitchenAid, is so that you can give your food a warm hug when you're cooking it. Make sure that it is cooking throughout. I mean, most of our trainers will have you hug yourself. It is something that you could feel, but that's what your food is feeling when you are cooking it. So as far as fresh pizza mode goes, it goes up to 550 degrees.
Yeah. I love this because I make a lot of homemade pizza and I feel like I never can get the crust crispy enough, in the oven. So I'm really excited about this because I think it'll be a game changer.
So no pizza stone. You don't use a pizza stone.
I need to get one, but you might as well just get this. Right?
Got it.
Yeah, no pizza stone needed here. Great. I do want to transition over into our induction.
Yes.
Because induction is something that is new and very innovative for us. Do we have any more questions before we start talking about this?
That was it.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were
Just
all
want to
kind of
make
similar
sure.
questions.
Okay, very cool. So you'll notice that this is a different design than you've probably seen before. Right here, we have this circular, I guess what do we call it? Yeah, downdraft vent. Yeah. There we go. That's a better way of it. Downdraft vent. And I'm going to open this and show you that there's also a filter inside that you can change out. That being said, what is downdraft? I'm going to put you on the spot, Derek.
Sure, no problem. What downdraft is there are a couple of houses that may not have ventilation either over the range or in its actual vent itself. Downdraft is a vented circulation that sucks down all the bad grease and oil and smells and filters it and either takes it down through a duct or it'll refilter it and spit it back out. So that's it serves the purpose of mainly getting the smell out of your house as quick as possible.
Yeah. And I do believe we have a picture to show how this is a little bit different, meaning that we've improved our induction. For those of you who aren't aware, induction works with magnets, not necessarily with heat. Maybe you sell this all the time. I feel like I want to hear your
Go ahead. No, here it works with magnets. It only uses you can only use electric pans. I'm sorry, cast iron pans or something that a magnet will stick to. Now, the thing about it is it's supposed to be the most significant way of cooking that you can get close to gas as possible, where it balances the heat out as much as possible on your skillet or if you're searing or doing things like that too. But again, I can tell you this is a significant jump from what we had before. It really modernizes the actual cooktop itself, and it really looks like it'll transition extremely well as we move forward.
And we have our bridge element here too.
Correct.
So you don't have to choose whether you want your pan on this. Like if you're cooking something that is elongated, you don't have to choose if it's here or here. It is going to bridge. That's what we call this, a bridge element. So as far as, I always like using water boiling. If we think ideally, how long does it take us to boil water if we're not using induction?
It can take a while.
It can take a while. I like that. That's very specific.
About 2.5 minutes.
It feels like forever.
And then this should kick it up to about 1.5 minutes. Pretty fast.
Yeah, all the way down to.
And what I love just as a designer is how integrated this is. How you could put this in an island. You don't have to worry about finding a hood that goes over top or gets in the way. Like it just helps have like a really nice integrated look.
And I think one of the other features that we failed to mention is that it will not operate unless you put the pan on it. And as soon as you take that pan off, it'll cool down within seconds. So it's a safety feature as well for customers.
Yeah. So we talked a lot about design, about personalization, about how you can change your home the way that you want, but also how you're getting those really, really cool features. Is there anything else that you want to add or that you want to add, Brittany, to what we talked about today?
I hope just those who are interested in KitchenAid and looking at this, like, see the level of like love and detail we put into designing this. There's a whole design team, there's a whole marketing, engineering, like so many people go into making this product be what it is. And I hope that it brings you joy, that it gets you excited, that you feel like it can work for you. And I'm excited to just hear comments and see what people think.
Yeah, my thoughts on it is it really does a good job of transitioning KitchenAid to a more modern appliance than versus a more commercial appliance. And you can see a lot, it's a little softer, but you're still going to get that KitchenAid quality. And as I ensure my customers, you can put KitchenAid all across your kitchen and have a high-end appliance in every position.
Yes.
What's awesome. So softens it up a little bit, a little more contemporary, and you got great appliances.
And I just want to say that I love that the space is here at NFM. The fact that we were able to design something so you can truly see what we're offering in KitchenAid as far as the color, as far as how it will fit and integrate into your home. And also you can just see, like you said, the love that was put into it. And as a merchandiser, I'm always looking at how can we tell the story of KitchenAid? And I hope that today you were able to hear all about the design, but also the story of how this can make your home really, really special. So with that, do we have any other last minute questions?
We'll check and see. Let's check and see. Just NFM carry attachments, so pans needed for the range. Can we install?
Are you saying that we've covered everything?
I think we've covered everything. I think we've got them. Yes.
And I think you said there is a giveaway, right?
Yeah, there is a giveaway. So again, keep the comments coming, and you'll be registered for a giveaway throughout the social media.
Right. Well, thank you so much for having us, Derek.
Thank
We're
you guys
very
for
excited
coming.
to talk about this. Thank you for joining at home. And we hope you keep those comments coming so that we can continue to tell you all about our excitement for this space. Thank you.
Thank you.